big sideways moment there for the Audi. Big sideways moment there. Here's these two cars that have been so evenly matched. There's parking a bit side. Sylvester a bit sideways on the dark side. Development's Audi.
Me and Rob having a good battle.
There was some really good battling there. Some really good battling.
I'm out. Been crashed into.
Disclaimer. Unfortunately, I've been involved in multiple racing incidents caused by other drivers being careless in my 2 years of racing. I have never reacted poorly or abusively, but in this video I lose that record. I am not proud of my actions and it has cost me dearly with Motorsport UK. This video shares the story of one of my finest drives tarnished by outrage following an on-track incident. Race with respect, drive fast, drive better.
Alright chaps, welcome to Anglesey. TT drive again with dark sides on the Anglesey short circuit with a corkscrew. Not even the GP, can you believe that? I mean, I prefer the track, but it's going to be hard on the front wheel drive cars. Joe was here racing yesterday, got his first podium. Hey, Chris got his first win. Buzzing for Chris, man, and for you obviously as well.
Yeah, me a little bit.
I need to give you that because I need to get ready. Can you do a quick intro? Tell everyone what's happening and all that.
Absolutely. Max reporting for duty on Max Camp. So we're here at Anglesey. Dan needs to get ready because they're just going out for qualifying. You can see him just coming round down the corkscrew now over here, hold on. So just coming over the top of the hill now, that's the Golf and the TT. What's he got to do today? He's just got to drive fast. He looks a bit more race suit ready now, got all his gear on. Have you got a plan for qualifying?
Yeah, drive fast.
Drive fast, trademarked, copyright.
I don't think the tyres will last for a long time. You have to like manage the tyres and then just have one lap where I can go for it, I think.
Yeah, so one of the key things with Anglesey, it's renowned for being extremely hard on tyres, especially the front left, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes on here. We'll cut to some in-car footage and see exactly how they got on.
I'm going to try some voiceovers in this video. It's just using the internal mic on the laptop, so it's not perfect, but I can't find my mic. Anyway, qualifying was okay. I only really got one good lap in, and then after that I was struggling to try and match the time. I was just cooking the front tyres, but everyone was complaining the same. Every front wheel drive car at least was complaining the same. So hard on the front tyres, Anglesey, in a front wheel drive car. So, yeah, I managed to do a half decent time, but I couldn't get into the 13s, which is where I wanted to be. Ended up doing a 14.3 as my best.
Dan seems to have got stuck in the middle of the paddock. Seems to be a problem. We'll go and assist him. I'm not in my best pushing shoes, but I'm sure we'll be able to give him a push. What are you doing?
I thought the car had broken, but I think I just lent on the off switch.
Oh right, fair enough then. So I don't need to push you? How was it? You did the fastest lap out of you two.
Yeah.
Understeering.
13's or not?
14.3.
Not a head
Scrap.
shaking going on.
Not happy with that.
Hello. Post-race brief in the dark side truck. Post-quali, yeah. Post.
And stuff like that, don't it? You know what I mean? Like the tyre pressure are the ones that are sat there to swap changes.
You get all that, Jake?
Yep. Let's go.
Alright, lads.
Hi, man.
I thought you were racing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Points go out, the race gets underway. Again, as you said, not a great start from Phil Wright, and he's going to be fourth possibly by the time they arrive at turn number 1, with Chris McCloy leading, Joe Bauer second, and Cameron Alder, I think, in third position.
But Chris McCloy, he leads the way. He's an Irish racer, I think, isn't he? Our leader. Joe Bauer for second is under threat from Phil Wright. The top three have all come together a little bit on this last lap of the race. There's not many positions places left to try and gain a place into the corkscrew. You've got to be pretty committed to do that.
Goes out, a second win of the weekend, a second win of the season therefore for Chris McCloy in the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. He beats Joe Bauer by just under 0.6 of a second.
Well, the EGs did well then, first and second, so Joe's got his highest ever finish after coming third yesterday as well, and done second today. Just at Camp EG now. Congratulations, Chris. 2 first places. All good. Hey Moss, you alright? Yeah. Buzzing.
No good budgies on the rubbers, have it?
So there's the usual kind of hot hatch racing going on today. There was some road sportings yesterday, obviously we were at Hulton, so we didn't see that. Where's Joe's car gone? Oh, there it is. Oh, he's getting an interview. Ah, nice little interview for the something, who knows what. But yeah, I remember we did the alignment on this just the other night. So if anything, you could say my alignments are now very good. Second place alignments. I've done. Oh, look at all the second place alignments that I've done. Yeah. But you getting interviewed there, lad?
Yeah, interviewed me.
What for?
Auto sport, it says.
Auto sport.
Yeah, only 20 words.
Ah. Well.
Not a big.
I heard him sounding surprised when you said you'd never raced before.
Yeah.
That was good. I know we haven't done a pit walk for a while. We're not going to do one. We'll maybe look at some cars on the way back, but this stands out so much. What a beast. All about this. I've always wanted to own one of these and an E39 as well, obviously. But this era of BMW, you can't knock it, can you? Just admire it for a second, and then we'll get back to race cars. Something quite interesting about today, the Lotuses, they've got 2 here, Rob Boston Racing, Class A and Class B, and they finished 1-2 in qualifying. The Lotuses are absolutely killing it around here. It looks like they've got some mechanical problems with the Class A car going on at the minute, but yeah, they're absolutely killing it. So that's pretty cool to see. And everyone else, TCR and everything's way behind the Lotuses. BMW garage, Army, Peoples, there's Ben's team there. More TCRs, Paul Sheard's. Ooh, I was looking at Paul Sheard's website the other day because NC rally cars. Yeah. Me and the Discord Dreamers were having a look. Jeff Steele garage, what are they running today? Just the M3 or maybe that black M3 with the green wheels as well? TT just chilling. Who's this man here?
Nothing if not versatile.
Very nice. Maybe quick team meeting, just discussing the strategy for the race. Of course, strategy is go fast. Ryan's going to start.
I'd like to thank my sponsor, he looks legend.
No cigarettes. slap dash.
Do a hero move.
All the Civics, look, you want a hatch, buy a Civic. Oh, Joe getting a bollock in. Well, the Club Enduro's just about to start and the heavens have opened on Anglesey. It's throwing it down. What's that there? Earplugs.
I like to.
Get in the zone, yeah?
My hearing's terrible.
Pardon?
Yeah. My ears in a workshop of abuse for years.
So yeah, it's throwing it down, as you can see from this lady getting some shade underneath the tail lift on the truck. It's wet. So it's not quite wet enough for full wets, chaps. If it were going to put, where we've got Pilot Sports somewhere, if we're going to put the Pilot Sports on, we'd expect a torrential downpour, but it should, can you even see the rain? Not crazy heavy rainfall, but the track's going to be wet for sure for the entire race. But we're not scared, are we? Obviously we're not scared. So we put a wet setup. What does that mean? Well, things are a bit softer. I think the TT's really going to enjoy it being a bit softer. But we'll see how Ryan gets on anyway. Our strategy is the pit window is going to be from half an hour in until an hour and a half in, which would be just about when he's running out of fuel.
You can tell it's getting darker now because the red light in our commentary box is glowing much brighter than it has done earlier on. As the safety car has peeled off, we're going to get underway then for 2 hours and 5 minutes of racing. The lights go out, away we go. Good start there by Carl Swift. Tries to get up the inside of Will Stacey, who spins at the first corner as Carl Swift went up the inside of him into turn 1 at target. Luke Browse has spun there as well. Will Stacey's pointing in the wrong direction.
Well, we've had some drama straight away, bit of contact. T1, we weren't involved, but we benefited from it. We're up to third, but it's obviously just the start of a long race. But look at that. Yeah. But it's just a 2 hour race, so come on, let's not get giddy. Let's not get giddy.
For second place here up at Rocket, Rob Boston has come under pressure, hasn't he, here from Ryan Parkin. If these conditions remain, Jack Harding's lap record's going to be safe, isn't it? Possibly. 1 minute 15.15 from a number of years ago now.
And there's the third place car as well of Ryan Parkin, so he seems to be closing in a little bit as well on the top two. The Audi TT that he shares with Daniel Sylvester. Wasn't a particularly happy meeting for them at Silverstone last time out.
And another fastest lap here for Rob Boston, a 119.19.
Immediately it's been beaten by Ryan Parkin. It's done a 119.08. So Parkin, the quickest driver on that lap, the quickest driver out there in all in the moment.
So Ryan's done about 20 minutes so far, still sitting in third. He's pumping out fastest lap of the race. Sitting in third, just chilling. Driving really well. Car setup seems to be working for him. It's still raining. Looks like it's going to continue raining now until the end of the race. But wouldn't be Anglesey without some rain though, would it?
Right, so Ryan's going pretty well here. He's in third position. He's just about to pass some back markers. But he probably shouldn't have passed them there. Did you see why? Just have another look. So I guess technically he overtook before the double waved yellows, but I think you're supposed to, once you see them, you're supposed to just take it as though you're on them kind of thing. So yeah, we got penalised for that. He got a 1 minute stop and go penalty. And then also for some reason this green E46 wasn't so keen on letting him pass. I mean, he was getting lapped quite early in the race, so maybe he wasn't keen on it. Maybe he didn't realise that he was being lapped, but yeah, he should have let Ryan pass. way before Ryan had to force himself round, but hey.
Well, that didn't last long. Ryan's just been given a stop and go penalty. A theme of this weekend, you could say. Yeah, Ryan's turn this time. So we're up in P3, but obviously we're not going to retain that. He has to serve his stop and go penalty within 3 laps of getting told about it. So we're going to drop right down the order and then we're going to have to stop again. So that is really annoying, but what can you do, eh? What can you do? Not overtake under yellow, you could do that, but these things happen, don't they? Let him go then! Go! What's he stop for? Let him go! It's a fucking stop and go, not a stop and stop! What's he still stopped for?
1 minute.
Oh, he didn't tell us that. 1 minute stop and go penalty, what a fucking bullshit. Alright, well that's our race ruined. Gone from having a chance of a trophy to a chance of fuck all.
We're entering the garage at a turbulent time. A stop-go penalty has been issued to the TT. Dan doesn't know, but he's had a bad weekend here. He's smited by penalties. Oh well. At least you get to have some nice fun skating about in rain.
What's the point now anyway?
Do you want to just go home, lad?
May as well. You with fucking trophy stuff come.
Got some fucking trophies,
You're coming
haven't I?
out a bad time here with your camera and your tune.
I got some trophies, have you?
Got some trophies, Dan. Got a highlight. These ones are mine as well. Don't let Josh.
You got your helper to hold him, yeah?
Staff.
Pit crew. No rhyme and drive.
How many penalties did you get?
0.
Alright.
Right, so we're about half an hour in now, and there's going to be a few incidents on track. There's a B&W gone off, and there's a collision between a Scirocco and a Golf. That brings a safety car out, and we're just into the pit window. So Ryan decides to stop, and I get ready to get in the car.
So there's about 5 cars up on track, and there's a safety car out.
Behind actually.
Yeah, it is. 30 seconds behind.
Is it? So you've got a couple of seconds in you.
Right, for anyone that's not involved in a pit stop, you're nowhere near door. Right, we've got to get out of the way of the door. Otherwise,
Leader stays out, Cole Swift stays out. The Rob Boston's in, the second place man is into the pit lane. Ryan Parkin is following him.
Started, yeah?
Recording?
Yeah?
Where's your radio shit? I've loosened it a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
we've still got loads of
Where's
time.
this one?
I was a bit late.
I've got it.
Got it. Over the top. For God's sake, come on.
Not fucking going anywhere yet.
We're not gone yet. He's killed. He's killed.
Still got
Gillespie, who handled his killed driver as well yesterday. Yes, that could be interesting, couldn't it? But I think we're about to get racing back underway, are we, with Ben Rushworth? We'll have a clear lap for a few laps of this race. So the safety car comes in. There's Boston, then 2 cars between he and his teammate Will Stacey, and then behind him is Rob Baker. So they're the top 3 cars to have pitted at this stage of the race. There's Stacey then, just behind the Class C leader, Joel Oswick. He's not going to be behind him for long. Goes down the inside of the German Autoworks car and goes through. So Stacey's race has come back to him now, hasn't it? Where it looked to be in tatters at turn 1 of the race. But situations have changed and now he's right back in it. And on this restart, the Lotus, the leases look pretty good.
Yep, they do. So we need to see how things will pan out. Conditions, I think, look as if they've improved a little bit while the safety car has been out. They're not quite lashing the windows as it was. Still very windy out there, as we know, but we'll see what the lap times look like as this race gets back underway. No.
Oh, Stacey's car's got a problem. There's smoke coming from it.
Yes. So
how situations change.
Yep, and it looks like he's going to pull off there quite soon. So Will Stacey, number 49, looked like he got back into contention. Now out of it again. Where's he going to put it? Because it's a long way to the marshal's post, and if he leaves it there, I suspect we might have to have another caution period.
Safety car lights are out, so Ben Rushworth will see a green flag again, just like he did about 10 minutes ago, and we'll get this race back underway. But just behind him, in what is currently second position, is Matt Fazy. Then behind him is the third place man, but a lap down, Rob Boston. And then there's a car between himself and his main rival to potentially battle for the win here, Rob Baker. And Rob Baker dipped a wheel over the grass there, coming out of the first corner. The lead has gone off. Ben Rushworth spun away the lead. We said the conditions had changed. He was the first driver to get there at speed. We know there was a bit of oil down as well, and Ben Rushworth has spun away the lead.
This is where things start to get really interesting. We've got about 70 minutes of the race left. I'm in 13th place, but I've got the current championship leader, Rob Baker, behind me in the Area Motorsport TCR car. In front of me, I've got second place, Rob Boston.
Right behind Boston, you've got the Audi TT, haven't you? That is a further lap behind.
Yeah.
So
Daniel Sylvester looking pretty good in it. Probably the first time he's driven it in the wet, I would think. The MR2 Championship racer.
So I've got a Rob in front of me, I've got a Rob behind me. I'm a lap behind them both, but I want to drive fast, don't I? For the next 50 minutes or so, just absolutely flat out in the rain. And yeah, just having a real good time. Thanks to Area Motorsport, Rob Baker, for sending us the onboards. Got some real good in-car action to come now, as well as some exterior shots from Alpha Live. And thanks to the commentators as well for the kind words now and again. Although I do kind of wish Alpha Live didn't stream the pit lane incident, but we'll get to that.
Let's park in a bit Sylvester a bit sideways in the Dark Side Developments Audi. Yes.
In the Mazda MX-5 Mark III.
Yeah, John Munro yet to make the stop, of course. Here's Matt Fazy sideways, pushing on. And Matt Fazy behind him, and then you've got Daniel Sylvester now. He's 2 laps behind the Porsche. So needs to do quite a bit of work here, and then you've got the Baker and Swift car, which is on the same lap as Rob Boston. Well, just behind Rob Boston, effectively. That is for position.
inside of Fazy.
Yeah, so he's unlapped himself as well, and I suspect Rob Baker might do so before too much longer as well.
Oh, and Fazy's there, he's sideways right in front of the championship leader, and Rob Baker just avoided him. Could have had a very similar situation. Look, still having a moment here is Matt Fazy. What, 100 or 200? And there's another car gone off behind him. So that's the Hayes car again, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hayes and Sabiani. And another one off. Paul Shearder's gone off the road as well.
So
that's at the banking.
Yeah, so the Paul Sabiani off at the exit of Church. You've got the 66 car there rejoining. Paul Sheard has gone off at the banking. He's back into the race as well. Matt Fazy ultimately has continued.
So with an open road ahead, it was great just to get the pedal down with the TT. It felt really good out there on the Yokohama AO52 tyres and the slightly softer wet weather setup. The car really loved it, I really loved it. The car behind, the Airy Motorsport TCR, me and him, Rob Baker, we were lapping the fastest two cars on the circuit for a solid, almost an hour, solid driving, just flat out in the rain. So this next section was something I was pretty proud of. First to go around the outside of the TCR Leon, then down the inside of the M3. These were all for position as well on the road. And then we've got another two BMWs down here. Rob also navigating these cars quite well. He was lapping them. I was overtaking them for position. I'm still a lap behind Rob here. And then finishing off with a third, so that's 5 cars, not all of them were for position, but that's 5 cars in just a couple of corners. And then we'll see it from my point of view. Yeah, I was having such a good time, so much confidence in the car and the track, just feeling real good. for the most part of this race. I was just driving with Rob Baker behind me, absolutely flat out in the rain. Yeah, I was just having such a good time, and you know, I don't want to play the full on board because it's, you know, full 60 minutes of driving. You can watch it on Darkside's channel if you want. They've got the full onboards online, but yeah, it was really good. Just driving around, so many cars, all of the BMWs. We were just driving around them. It was crazy. You know, we just had so much grip, so much traction, so much confidence. Yeah, it was just really good. I had such a good time. Of course, there was the odd moment where I nearly let it slip and nearly let Rob in front of me. Yeah, luckily he was quite kind to me. He was already a lap in front, so he didn't really need to force past. Yeah, I managed to stay in front just about, and this happened a couple of times.
Being caught for a position on road by Dan Silvestro, who's 20 seconds back, but lapping 4 seconds a lap faster last time around. Quite big gains that Dan Silvestro is making, who's third in Class A at this stage.
So about half an hour into my stint, we're up to 6th position, 3rd in class. Still lapping the fastest times with Area Motorsport TCR, and we're catching the Class B 3rd position, Luke Handley, who's in the green Golf, you can see on screen now. So we're 20 seconds behind him, but we're catching him pretty quick.
So there's the Holden. I don't think there's any damage on that car. And there is the leader, just with Daniel Silvestro actually, is Rob Baker. So these are, I think, the 2 quickest cars at the moment. And just ahead should be a Golf. There, just ahead, Luke Handley. So I don't think this lap Silvestro will gain that place, but perhaps on the next one.
Daniel Silvestro, they're still doing very similar lap times. They both did about 1 minute 20.5 last time through, although they're on different laps. Rob Baker, we should say, in the number 1 car, he's up done 56 laps, and Daniel Silvester's done 55. Yeah, cars have done 56 and 55 laps.
Rob Baker can't get past, can he? Daniel Silvestro is doing a grand job. I don't think he's going to overtake any more cars on track because Rob Boston is quite a long way ahead. It looks like Jack Harding's lap record is going to stay, isn't it?
Yes.
Club Enduro. Oh, no, we're talking up Silvestro, he's got very sideways.
These 2 cars that have been so evenly matched, different laps, but This is the car that will eventually move up to second place then, with Rushworth having now stopped. That's the Dayglow yellow and black Seat. The car 3 go back out yet. Big sideways moment there for the Audi. Big sideways moment there for the Audi.
Who's got out just ahead of James Ramsden, I think, or is Ramsden another lap back? Either way, ahead into 4th position for Sylvester, and he's still ahead on the road of Rob Baker.
So I did have a few slides in the car, but for the most part I felt like I was in control. I mean, even in the slides I thought I was in control. Obviously you don't mean to slide, but yeah, the TT was just great. It was strange for the car to behave so well in the wet compared to how it does in the dry. It's a completely different beast, but obviously we can learn a lot from that. Softer, better. So this is where things start to take a turn for the worse. So there's another safety car brought out to deal with an incident on track, and we're sitting in P3, second in class. We've still got Rob Baker behind us, still the fastest 2 cars out on track, still having a real good time in the rain in the TT. But the safety car restart doesn't go so well. So I pass a couple of cars at the start, cars that I've passed multiple times already that are many laps behind, cars that we aren't racing, and one of them, yeah, just, I don't know what they were thinking.
Rob Boston's still 12 seconds behind the leader, so he didn't really gain out of that safety car. There's so many cars in between himself and Baker. But of course Rob Boston does lead Class B, that's the main thing. But for Daniel Sylvester, he didn't get onto the back of the queue, which he would have probably been hoping for.
Third is number 11, that's Daniel Sylvester, or a lap behind. Fourth is number 51, Luke Handley, 14 seconds behind him. Fifth is
Two cars off Ian.
2 cars off. One of those is Daniel Sylvester. So one of the front running cars, so he's frustrated. The other car is the Ginetta of number 8, which is Matthew Tidmarsh for the second part of the race. And also Jonathan Barrett's car looked like it was off up there as well. So double waved yellows there. There's the Sylvester car that was in 3rd position.
I'm out. I've been pressed into.
There is Daniel Sylvester still trying to, well, I'm not sure what he's trying to do or where he's trying to go really. Get back to the paddock maybe.
And side by side into Church, right round the outside has gone Scott Park in for 3rd place.
Can you see it on the live stream? How far is it?
So let's have a look and see what's up with this car that he's had to pull off. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god. So the left wheel's pointing straight. It's bad, like. This wheel is pointing left, it's got a bit of Ginetta downside in it. It keeps doing this to wheels, so Dan.
There's the Audi heading into the pit garage. Looks like the race is over for the car.
So the car's battered, it's taken some damage. Bottom arm must have snapped. Hey Dan. Dan, mate. Oh, take it down a notch, man. Dan.
What is he up to?
5 seconds slower than he was in the early stage of this race before the weather conditions really deteriorated. Don't think Daniel Sylvester too impressed there with Ginetta, driver.
Came in, absolutely destroyed the front suspension. He's walking past me now. He's ready. He's close to tears, guys. He really is. He cannot believe this race has gone away from him.
There's a lot of conferring going on here.
Yeah, the wheel is really fully.
Dan got a bit leery after his little incident.
Me and Rob having a good battle.
There was some really good battling there. Some really good battling.
He drove really well. It's sketchy and it onto the straights because every time you don't want to touch that curve, but you want to get close to it as possible.
Yeah, man.
You kept having massive slides too.
Yeah, you kept nearly getting right again.
Just get it. Because you was on the line sliding, it's so fucking shit on the inside. I couldn't like get under you, so it was just like.
It was double shit on the inside of the.
Wait, the turn 1 ones as well. They were. I flashed you a few times.
Yeah,
It was good racing, man. It was real good to watch as well. Really good.
I knew we were a lap.
We chopped so many people here.
Yeah, Rich said to me, "You're a lap apart, and they're not giving blue flags." I said, "I don't care." Rich. Nothing's coming behind me. Like I don't care.
You were battling for ages, weren't you?
Yeah, for an hour.
Well, that was something, wasn't it? That was something. So obviously, the emotions were quite high after the race. After our race ended anyway, the race was still going for a bit. But what happened in that race then? Well, Ryan, penalty, we've just had a look at the footage, that was a bit of bullshit. So we were down in about 15th or so, and then Ryan obviously pitted in that safety car. And I got in the car with about an hour and 20 left, I think.
We went from about 15th or so, I don't know exactly where we were. And you know, have a really good race. We had Rob from area behind us for absolutely ages. I don't know if you saw, absolutely ages behind us. Couldn't pass us. We just had a good time. So the incident after the safety car, for some reason, that Janetta decided he was going to try and race me. So we passed him cleanly down the straight, and then I'm braking and turning in where I normally do, and yeah, just crashed into the side of us when we turned in. So the damage to the TT, it's bust a wheel. This is a spare wheel I've chucked on. Yeah, man.
There you go.
Pretty orange, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still held there though. I reckon without the damage to the lower wishbone, I'd have finished the race.
Let's just tell you what.
Look at them tyres, buzzing. They weren't even brand new when they went on, were they? So we were actually second in class, third overall.
How come you went on grass? Were it just going straight on?
I got punted off onto grass, so I thought I didn't want to stay. I made the mistake of going in a safe place. You do that, they make you sit there till the end of the race. So I thought if I can limp it back to the pits, I will.
Makes
so,
sense, doesn't it?
yeah.
Car were mint till then as well.
Car were buzzing, mate. So obviously Ryan drove really well. Ryan had the fastest lap for ages in the first half of the race. You did, mate, yeah. Faster than everyone. You had fastest lap in race for ages. Running in third, and then obviously had your penalty. Penalty were a bit of bullshit. I mean, we've not seen it on big screen, but yeah, a bit of bullshit, but shit happens, doesn't it? This is racing, as people like to say. So I got 4 points on my licence anyway for my behaviour after the race, which, you know, it's fair, yeah. I'm pretty sure Motorsport UK would prefer for things like that to not happen, of course, but at the same time, what can you do? What, should we have a tea party afterwards and discuss it, or what's the correct course of action? There's a big thing lately with MS UK about racing with respect, which, you know, I'm all behind, but that involves not racing a car that you're not actually racing, and, you know, taking them out of the race when we had such a good race. You know, from about 15th up to third overall, second in class. Mad, innit? And that Lotus that we passed early on after the safety car, that was running second in class. So obviously I unlapped myself from him, and we got lapped with the stop and go penalty. That stop and go penalty that Ryan did put us a lap behind, but obviously caught most people and drove around them with area in tow. That was pretty good actually, having area behind, because it kept me pushing on. I felt like I knew he was a lap in front of me. I felt like, you know, just letting him pass, but no, it was really good to lead him round. I forgot to put my heart rate thing on, but I'm pretty sure the BPMs were sky high. Maybe that's the reason why I was so emotional after the race. But yeah, you get 12 points and you're banned basically, and I've got 4 now, which, you know, Ryan's also got 4 points on his licence. So Ryan's got the same amount of points as me now. You've got 4 points. So anyway, it's what it is.
You can see
this is all spherical. Oh, has it just lobbed it off? Oh shit, I didn't realise that. So what's bent, the subframe?
No.
Oh, the Firk line. Oh, lovely stuff. Well, I'm still at Anglesey and I'm pretty much the only person here. Certainly all the Darksiders have gone, most of the teams have left. Why am I still here? Well, I got called up to race control again, this time to speak to some lovely gentlemen from Motorsport UK. So the first time I spoke to someone from the motor club who, you know, deal with incidents, and obviously this incident raised the eyebrows of Motorsport UK, who wanted to investigate it further. So I've been hanging around at Anglesey now for quite a few hours. But long story short, discussed the incident. There was some quite poetic written statements from a few people about what happened after the incident. We're not talking about the incident on track here. And yeah, I could have just been banned from racing, which would have been pretty shit. I didn't get banned, luckily. They're not taking into account anything that happened on track. This is all to do with what happened after the incident in the pits, and, you know, my
my behaviour after that, speaking to the clerk and then speaking to those 3 gentlemen just there as well. But yeah, it could have gone really south. It didn't. I did get some more penalty points, so I'm now up to 6, and they decided that some action must be taken. But they also told me about a similar incident, apparently a carbon copy incident, which ended up in the other person having quite a large fine and also being banned from racing for 30 days. And we've got a lot of racing coming up, chaps. We've got Cadwell Park, Donington, Alton and possibly Snetterton all in the next month, so that would have all been written off. So I'm grateful that I don't have my licence taken away. Obviously would have preferred to not have that, but you know, it's all about racing with respect, which includes how you act after having a race taken away from you. We went from a very, you know, midfield crap position and then drove like, well, insert metaphor here, we went really well, got up to 2nd place. The only car that was in front of us was the one that was actually behind us. So we were on pace with ARE Motorsport, who win this event on the regs all the time, and we were on pace with them. So I really enjoyed the race, had a really good time, thanks to Team Darkside and everyone. Not the ending that I would have liked, obviously, and you know, I don't really want to speak too much about what happened after the race, but it is what it is. It happened, and you know, I've paid the price with penalty points on my licence, and yeah, not in the good books at all with Motorsport UK. Some of whom might be watching this video now, just to hear what I'm saying, so hello. Gonna end it there anyway. I've got a right long drive. It's 7 o'clock now. Been in there quite a while. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a future video, which will be a test day at Cadwell Park ahead of racing there next weekend. Cadwell Park? Yes, I did just say Cadwell Park. That's correct. The UK's Nürburgring. The track which, you know, before racing anyway, I had the most experience by far. But when we did one race there last year, I didn't perform so well. But we're a lot more experienced, the car's faster, and it's Cadwell. And I really want to do well at Cadwell. It's got to be my favourite track still, even after doing all these racing events. It's Cadwell, isn't it? Yeah? I'll see you there. If you're curious what happens after an incident like this, like financially, who pays to repair the car? Well, ultimately it's the driver's responsibility what happens in the car. So get the Patreons up and we'll have no worries about any of this. Yeah.